local television network TSPN. And now back to Today's Seniors Living Well with your host, Laurie Webb.
Hi everyone, welcome back to Today's Seniors Living Well, changing our clocks and changing our ways. And I am very honored to have a gentleman with us who has probably a whole lot of wisdom to share, and we only have 12 minutes to do it. So this is Bill, and welcome to Today's Seniors Living Well, Bill.
Thank you.
Is this the first time you've ever been on television?
Yes, it is. Very first time.
Wow, okay.
I've had interviews, not
Sure.
not through TV or anything.
Uh-huh.
Just
Well,
a
we're
regular.
so happy that you drove yourself over here to come to the show, and that you're willing to be interviewed. And you do have a driver's license still,
Oh, yeah.
and I understand that you enjoy driving and
I
feel
certainly
comfortable
do.
doing it. That's
As long
great.
as I can.
That's great. Well, I'm not going to ask you the standard. How do you live to be 100 and...
Well, 105.
Yeah. But I am curious about the perspectives that you have about being a senior in today's age, today's world. What do you find the most interesting about living in that long?
Well, it's just, I took everything as it came. I've had my ups and downs, and I've had a lot of problems, but I've always come out clear on top because I was patient and I took care of everything as it was, as it came along. Of course, there was just times that things were pretty hard, especially during the Depression.
Yeah, you've seen a lot of...
Fortunately, I
downs.
was in the service
Uh-huh.
during the Depression.
And what branch of the service did you
Well, I
serve?
was in the 7th Cavalry at Fort Bliss, Texas,
Uh-huh.
from 1926 to 1929. That's when the Big Depression started in October.
Right.
And I got discharged in November
Of 29.
of 29.
Oh, my.
right in the middle of the Big
Goodness.
Depression. And I was out for a week or two, and I decided things didn't look too good, so I re-enlisted
Oh, uh-huh.
into the Air Corps.
Oh, really?
And that was at Kelly Field, San Antonio, Texas.
San Antonio. So you were down
Yeah.
in Texas still?
Yeah. Of course, when I was there, just 1 year, they activated Mesa Field here in California.
Oh, right. Yes.
And that was in 1930.
Uh-huh.
And I put on the bulletin board my name, and I was transferred finally to the Mesa Field, to the new activated field, which happened to be the 77th Pursuit Squadron that I was in.
So you were a pilot?
No, I was a pilot in at Kelly Field,
Oh, okay.
but when I transferred to Mesa, I just went into maintenance
Oh, okay.
as a mechanic.
Well, my father was a pilot, and he says the maintenance people are the most
Right.
important people.
Yeah. Well, I was there for 2 years. Of course, during the 2 years, I've done a lot of enjoyment. I went into Sacramento. Mesa Field was about 15 miles east of Sacramento.
Right, right.
But we always got a chance to go in every weekend when we were off. But and I've done a lot of dancing at the YMCA.
In
I
Sacramento?
met a lot, the Diamond Dance.
Oh, right. I
deal.
remember hearing about those, yeah.
That was in the YMCA in Sacramento. And of course, I went there with several friends of mine, and we enjoyed it, and I enjoyed it, especially because that's where I learned to dance.
So even during the tough times, the Depression and then back into the Air Corps, you had a really positive attitude toward life, and it sounds like what you remember are the good things. So what did you end up doing when you got out of the service?
Oh, I met my first wife. Of course, and I had my daughter. And then when I was working at the Burkett Rich's Cannery there in Sacramento.
Okay.
That's an old cannery. Of course, it's all gone now. It's off of what they call Richards Boulevard.
Oh,
in
right,
Sacramento.
right. Up in the northwest corner.
Right. Well, anyway, I was worked there until the war broke out.
Mm-hmm.
And my daughter was 6 years old at the time, 1940.
So
41.
this would be the Second World War.
Oh, yeah, that's the Second
okay.
World War.
Okay.
You've
been in.
I was too young for the First
For the
World
first
War.
one. Mm-hmm.
And I finally found out I was too old for the Second World War. But I had service, and they knew I was in the service,
Mm-hmm.
and they left it up to me, either be drafted back into the service or go into defense work, which I did. I went into defense work at McClellan Field in 1932, June.
Wow.
That was just 6 months after the World War II broke out.
Mm-hmm.
They broke out in December, and in June I went into defense work. And I stayed with the government, and I retired in 1965.
1965.
69.
69?
1969. I was 61 years old.
So you were 61, and now there's been another 50 years worth of living that you've done. That's incredible.
Well, I had a little problem with my first wife, so we separated. And of course, my daughter married a serviceman, and she went all over. I hadn't seen her quite a long while.
Because she was traveling with her
Because she
husband.
had a lot of traveling. She did. I met my second wife in 1955, and we were married 46 years.
Wow, that's wonderful.
We celebrated our 45th anniversary on the SS Independence in Hawaii,
Oh, my.
and we celebrated and renewed our vows.
Oh, very nice.
45 years.
So did you do a lot of traveling with your second wife?
Oh, we traveled all over the world.
Oh, great.
Europe, Asia, Australia, China,
Oh, goodness.
New Zealand. So we done a lot of traveling.
So you saw a lot of the world.
Right, we saw a lot of the world.
So now have you kind of settled back down, or what are you up to these days?
Well, after she passed away in 2001, I'll never forget the date. It was September 1st, Labor Day, when she passed away. And I've been a sort of a loner since.
Now, that's not exactly true, because I understand that you're on Facebook.
Well, yeah, but what I mean is I've been by myself.
You've been by yourself.
I never looked for anyone else. I never.
Well,
that
after
was it as far
45
as I was
years,
concerned.
yeah, sure.
Because I was, 45 years. See, I was in my 90s. I was 95.
Yeah, probably hard to find somebody your age with your
Right. But
your
they wouldn't
interests.
believe that I was that old.
Yeah, I can imagine that.
They don't believe that I'm 105 either.
Right,
Today.
you're 105.
Unless I show them my
You live
driver's
by
license.
yourself.
Yeah,
You drive. You use an iPad.
right.
How did you get interested in an iPad?
Well, I've always been interested in the change. See, I was a television repairman for,
you were?
for a while, too. Until they start eliminating the tubes
Yeah, right,
from the TVs.
right.
And when they start making the change, I just couldn't afford to add on equipment that I already had that was becoming obsolete.
Oh, I see.
So I said, well, what's the use of me sticking with this? So I gave it up. I just decided it was
Time to really
time to
retire.
go someplace else.
Yeah.
Because, I was born during the horse and buggy days,
Sure, so you've
up to
seen,
the computer age, so I've seen it all.
you have, and you've embraced it all. I
I've
mean,
embraced it, right.
I have so many, even people my age, and I'm a very young 66-year-old, who have, I'm not on Facebook. I don't have an iPad. I still have a laptop. But you use your iPad for a lot of things.
I do. And I'm on Facebook, too.
Yeah.
And I get a lot of, because I'm going to get a new iPad because the one I have, I can't transmit like on a regular computer.
Oh, I see.
See, the iPad, the one that I have,
It's already obsolete?
All I can do is receive
Oh, okay.
information.
Yeah, no, you need to be able to share information with
I
other
have,
people, too.
I have an email address,
Yeah.
and
Do you enjoy doing that?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
You know, I've been in, I belong to the Elks. I'm not an Elk now, but I did. I belong to the Elks. I belong to the Sirs. That's the Sons in Retirement.
Right.
I'm a Mason. I've been a Mason for 47 years.
You were probably one of the founding members of the Sirs.
Oh, well, I've seen life, and I enjoyed the things that I've been doing, even after my wife passed away.
Yeah.
In fact, I enjoyed it more because I had the freedom
Right.
that I could do what I wanted to do.
Right. Did she require care before she passed? Were you a caregiver for her?
Do what?
Were you a caregiver for your wife before she
Oh,
passed?
yes, yeah.
So now, I understand you have a garden.
Oh, see, my second wife, she was a whiz. She was an old country girl. And I never could take the country out of her, like the old saying.
Yeah, you can't. You can take the girl out of the country.
Out of the country, but you can't take the country out of the girl.
Right.
And she was a wonderful cook. I learned to cook from her, which I still do myself. I do all my
Excellent.
own cooking,
Wow.
and I do everything myself.
Boy, this is why we have to protect your identity, because there'll be women out there saying, "Hey, he sounds like a good catch." So you're really enjoying life a lot.
The only thing that I can do right now is walk. And I can
And you
take
do-
care of myself in the home. I have a walker in the house, and I have a walker for outside.
So
in
you're
my car.
careful.
Oh,
Have you
yeah.
ever fallen?
Oh, yes, I have fallen.
Okay. We don't want you falling and
And
breaking anything.
I've always been able to get up to.
Oh, well, that's good. Well, that's, you know what the Buddha says, fall down 7
see.
times, get up 8 times.
Yeah, I see this advertised all day, all the time. I fall and I can't get up.
But you have Lifeline. You can press the button, right?
Well, I have that at home. Yeah.
That's good, yeah.
But
Well, hopefully you won't ever have to use it. Bill, it's been a pleasure talking with you. We have to go, but I really wish you the very best, and I hope you
Well,
come down to
thank
the
you.
Senior Center and have your taxes done again in February.
well, I'd really like to tell you a lot about my life. You know, I was born amongst the celebrities.
Oh
in
my gosh.
1908.
We got
In 1908.
We've got to we'll bring you back. We got to go to break now. I wish we could keep him, but we've got to go to break.
Yeah,
So
okay.
stay tuned. We're going to talk with Ann Platt from the hospital, but we will have Bill back, I promise.
Good.